literally just put the hoop in.
Okay.
So
Hi,
cut everything.
We're back.
It's a placement line before we place that, even though we're going to obviously know where to put it.
Okay.
That's the only weird thing.
All right. So
here we go again.
Yeah, it's not Tuesday still.
It's still not Tuesday, but it's 2:00.
Yes.
But just not Tuesday.
And we have these really adorable gift baskets. They're fabric gift baskets. They're very, very cute. Did you get a chance to see if the SnL
Nope.
This, you know what I'm trying.
I did not get a chance to see if the snaps would go through the fabric or not.
I wanted to call them snaps.
I think they will. They definitely will go through there.
Okay.
I just haven't. But no.
Okay.
I didn't get a chance to actually do that. So I've got some cam snaps over here that I'm going to give a go to instead of sewing buttons on. But I'm afraid that this bottom thing, there's probably no way to get around that whole hand thing.
Possibly.
I don't know. I'll look at it because if there's a way, I will find it.
I wondered, like, even if you could just like tack it like with the buttonhole.
Like I said, I'm going to certainly give it a try.
Yeah, I definitely would be trying that too. So this project, there are multiple sizes. Is that correct?
That is correct. But the lid is the same for all of them. So there's only one lid file, and the lid file is the scallopy one. So it looks like this guy here. So the one with all of the scallops, the pointy edges here are going to be the files that are going to be your bases. So the bases are going to be fluctuating in depth.
Sure.
And that's going to be the difference based on what size hoop you're going to use. But the top is going to be the same for all of them.
And I'm going to assume that we're doing the small one.
We are. That's what they gave you all of the goodies for.
All right.
So we are going to be doing the 5x7. So the top and the base is 5x7 hoop size. And you want to use 2 layers of water soluble. So we have that already prepped in the hoop there. And in your pictures with this one, we've got kind of that teal colored, and I used not exactly the same color. Mine's a little bit lighter, so you can still see the thread. It doesn't blend in quite as much as the pictures blend, but I didn't use an alternative color. Sarah's, okay, everybody guess, what color did she use? It's pink. She's going to use pink. So we're going to see how that looks with pink on there. I actually really like some of the other samples that they have in the pictures that have alternative colors. So one of them happens to be white with pink. I think white with red would be very sharp for Christmas.
Yeah.
I think that would be great. But they have the gray with that 903 color.
Yep. Which they actually they gave us some threads in our kit.
There's some glide threads in your kit, which those are the colors I think that are in there.
I think so too.
So I think that you could definitely play with some of those. So in prep for this, again, you're going to need 2 layers of water soluble in a 5x7 hoop, and then you're going to need another 2 layers. So the 2 layers isn't one for each hooping, it's 2 per hooping, just for clarifying.
And bobbins.
Bobbins.
We did not make it through with one bobbin.
Did not make it through both hoopings with one bobbin.
Okay. So you'll probably need a second bobbin
of color
color.
for that satin stitch. I made it about halfway around the second. Earrings. We got lots
So
of
do
stuff.
we have
So what's in there right now is just standard because that is just placement line. And
you have to take it off of
you're going to have to take it off to place fabric. So when you take it off to place fabric, it's the perfect time
to change
your bobbin. So
shall we push the button?
shall we push the button? We shall.
Would you like me to push your buttons?
These are your buttons, actually. I've already pushed my buttons. Oh, bless you, my child. All right.
I was like, I hope there's not a line.
This still tastes
It doesn't
really,
taste-
really bad, but I suppose. Oh,
People are gonna think I put something in it. It's just straight up Mountain Dew there.
yeah, it's really metallic. Oh, sometimes medicine's really mean. It makes things taste really funny. Okay. Did you get your kit?
I did not. I thought you got it for me. I shall return.
It's the little things in life. It's the one with it's really fat. It's got foam in it. That's the one.
I found it.
Okay, so let's talk about your kit. In your kit,
It's like I never left.
you didn't go anywhere.
I didn't.
What you talking about? What you talking about, Willis?
I used my invisible cloak for a minute.
Invisible. Okay, so in our kit, we have 2 pieces of foam. You're going to use one for each of your hoopings. One's going to go in the hoop right now. And you have 2 pieces of fabric, which they kindly cut for you
And a
in
little
2
extra
pieces.
dust.
Lots of extra
Some
fuzz.
foam dust.
And you have 1 piece of velveteen that you will need to cut in half.
Which shouldn't be hard because there's a crease there.
There's a crease, and you don't really need to remeasure this. It is literally going to cut right on that crease. So I did measure it just to make sure that I didn't cut the wrong direction or something, because that would totally be like me. But it is literally going to be cut right on that fold. And you're going to end up with 2 6x8 pieces of velveteen. So, but before we need to worry about velveteen, we need to worry about foam. So we have a placement line there that is going to be for placing of the foam. There is a fold in that foam, so it doesn't lie super flat. So you might need to give it a little bit of a push in the middle so that it lays a little bit nicer for you. Because it, or you could tape it, but you know I'm not going to do that. It is going to go around there twice. So it's going to make sure that it is nice and secure on there.
And we know that everybody is wondering, we did find the tape.
We did.
It was under the
It was underneath the cabinet, which is right next to me. It fell off and rolled.
Yeah.
Like that meatball rolled right out the door.
Uh-huh.
All covered with cheese. And then my
My
poor
poor
meatball when somebody sneezed. Achoo! Says Hayden.
Some husband is hearing this in the background going, what
God's
happened?
name
I
are
thought you were watching
watching?
sewing. Why are they talking about meatballs?
Meatballs and
sneezing?
what? Better than
Or
some of the other
kid.
things that
This
we've
is
heard.
true. Yes, we have had some strange conversations.
All right, so of course, now
We have to trim that, don't we?
I got to trim that,
Mhm.
which means I got to put my glasses back on.
At least you have them there on your head.
They are on my head.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna move my
I did wonder once today where my phone was while I had it in my hand.
in your hand.
Mhm.
I don't. Okay.
I'm changing bobbin now.
Not you don't have to.
Okay,
You can. You don't have to.
I'm going to.
Okay, so this stuff is multi-layered. It likes to separate as you cut. So I find that if I cut towards me rather than away from me, I get a cleaner cut. If I cut away from me, it tends to separate and then kind of layer as, and I get this kind of angled piece instead of a nice straight cut. So you can do it however you want. I find that cutting it this direction instead of away from me is a better, cleaner cut, and I get closer to that stitch line.
And you don't want to clip through your stitching line.
You do not
just
want
close.
to put through that
Pretty
stitch line.
thick satin stitch. So
This one, because it went around twice, they did a really nice job. And the next stitch that's coming up is going to go on the outside of that, so you have a little bit of wiggle room. No need to be crazy cutter here and so what did you end up for lunch?
well, I had a little bit of the baked potato soup from the produce station and my watermelon, and I didn't actually get an opportunity to eat any of my sandwich. It is actually still sitting on the table.
How was the potato soup? I've not had theirs.
It was a little bit salty, but aside from that, it was actually very good. I wish I would have gotten more, but I didn't want to, it's
When you don't
cream.
know
and it's a cream based soup, so
calories.
yeah. So I just wanted a little taste of it. So
Yeah, the first time I got soup from there, I got chicken noodle, which not cream based, but you never know.
right.
And nothing there is inexpensive, so I didn't want to spend a fortune and not like it. So I only got a little bit, and I got back here and I was like, why didn't I get more?
Yeah.
Why didn't I get more?
But it was actually very good. There were some big, large chunks of potato in there, which is nice. It wasn't just
Puree.
pureed. Yeah. My watch just told me that we are now live.
Oh, good to know.
Good to know. 13 minutes later, that you just finally caught up.
Dun, da, da, da.
Dun, 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 dun.
All right. So this is always one of these things that crack me up. You want to swap? I'll swap.
Yes, I'm like, what do you want me to swap?
So she's like, no, I don't.
Apparently not.
So this is one of those things that crack me up because, like, I don't know that the fabric needs to cover this.
Mm-hmm.
It needs to tell me where to put the fabric.
Yes.
This one always gets me.
Mm-hmm.
But as you can see, it's going outside of my cut line, so you have a little bit of wiggle room there.
The quilting design looks very cute, though. The little present boxes are adorable.
Agreed.
As always.
They definitely have that part figured out.
Mm-hmm.
How much does that do these days?
$2.
Okay, so at this point, if you have not already changed your bobbin, you need to put in your colored bobbin because things are going to start to show. We've already done that.
I did that just a second ago.
So we have two things that we need to put down. We need to put our lining fabric on the back, and then we need to put our velveteen on the front. So let's turn to the back of the hoop. And again, in your kit, you have two pieces of fabric. We only need one. We need to save that other one for later. And I'm just going to make sure that we don't have random threads poking out later, because when this is a finished project, this is going to go right on that line. So you don't want to have pokies sticking out. You want it to be nice and pretty. So make sure it's pretty before you cover it up. All right, and whenever you are doing fabric on the back of your hoop, you always want to do the corners. You do not want to do, I say north, south, east, and west, because what can happen is that corner can then get turned in when you are stitching, and then you get unhappy and you have to unsew, and nobody
That's
likes to unsew. So you can very clearly see I've completely covered all of my stitch space up there. And I'm going to take one of my pieces of velveteen. If you have a lot of wrinkles, you can take this over to your iron. Make sure you, if you are pressing, you're pressing from the back. You don't want to have any iron marks inside of your velveteen. Sarah's piece looks really nice. There's no marks in here. Mine looked like it had been through hell. It had marks all over it. So I had to press mine quite a bit, actually. I am not going to tape this. I'm sure you guys are all super surprised by this. But you can certainly tape that velveteen down if you would like to. But I'm not going to. I'm just going to kind of follow it around and make sure we're all good. I'm going to braid it. If you have a lot of fuzzies on the fabric here, you can take some tape and get those off, because again, we want it to be pretty. We don't want fuzzies in our stitch line either. So let's go ahead and I don't remember. I think it's going to go north, but I could be wrong. Yep, see, I'm wrong. And I am just going to follow that around, make sure everything lays down nice and smoothly. Not sew my hand in, of course. That would be bad.
Especially live.
That would be even worse. Good thing there's an urgent care right across the street.
True.
All right. So we've got that all nice and smooth. It's going to go around a second time just to give it a nice solid edge stitch there.
And I'm assuming, does this do the quilting on the inside before we trim on the outside? So that's nice. So next thing it'll do is the inside quilting.
So we've got it's actually, because this isn't overly large, it's a pretty quick quilting stitch. So there's only a couple minutes here. We're going to do some pink threaded quilting. Would you like to push the button?
Sure.
So this is actually super cute. It's going to, that shows up really nice. It's going to have little swirlies in addition to little gift packages, which is really cute. Again, make sure that you have pretty thread on both sides. Yeah, it says thanks. The little bows on the gifts look like knots on the other side. Unfortunately, they don't come out real clean on the other side.
Yeah.
Even with colored thread, it's...
Well, I mean, we probably could, change the bobbin case and adjust our tensions if we really wanted it to be perfect on the other side. Hi, Tony. You want to come hang out with us? Like, don't say my name live.
So Jeff ordered Revel.
You were mentioning that the other day.
Yeah. They dumped one load Wednesday. While I was here, they dumped one load yesterday. It's better. It's still not a paved driveway, but
one of those.
I need a really big raise before I'm going to be able to pave that really
Right.
long driveway.
Yeah, I hear you.
So what we really want is a cemented driveway. That's our dream.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to cement little sections at a
In
time.
time. Yeah.
Yep.
And you'll have to replace the first one by the time you get down to the last one. Yeah.
Probably. Okay, so isn't that cute?
It is very
It's
cute.
just super cute. The pink actually looks really nice
Yeah.
against this
Yeah.
this color. It looks really nice.
It's a very adorable trapunto.
It's a kind of a melony pink. It's not a in your face
It's not
pink.
hot pink. No.
It's not an in your face pink. It's very, very nice. So the next thing that we're going to do is the actual fold lines for where the bends will go for the lid. So not going to do anything else yet. We're just going to stitch. After this, then I get to trim. And then we have to find something to talk about for 15 minutes. So think about that.
Think about that.
Come up with something. And yeah. Because it's just stitching, satin stitching for 15 minutes. But yeah, this can be a little bit of a messy fabric. So you are probably going to end up with little bits of fuzz on you, in your hoop, maybe in your machine. So I did change the needle.
We've done quite a few projects.
Well, we did paper, so
yeah.
I had quite the mess. And I went, oh, I really should have done that. And I just wasn't thinking about it. And
Well, I did it.
Hayden was sitting over there and he looked at her. What was that? It made a god awful noise. It was not pretty.
Well, we did clean it before we started.
We cleaned it, but it was one of those that had, it looked like half of a spool of thread underneath. You guys know what I'm talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we did a little bit of snipping, a little bit of cleaning, turned the machine off, turned it back on. Did you want your kit bag from earlier?
I'm okay.
Doom, doom, doom. I am off to trim. All right. So on the back side, I'm going to remove the tape. And I'm actually going to save those little guys because we have side or piece number 2 to do in another 15 minutes or so. Might as well save that.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I'm going to get rid of any little bits that might get stuck in a satin stitch and not be able to be removed later. So you guys know whenever there's a knot made, you have tie-offs, and they like to get caught in satin stitches.
True.
So anything around those edges there, you need to be careful because you won't be able to get them out later. Of course, the ones in the middle don't need to be trimmed right now, but I'm already here, so. All right. Don't think I see anything else. Let's start cutting.
At least this isn't too complicated of a shape.
No, I have had some of these little 2-part thingies that are just like, holy crap, I'm supposed to get my scissors into what? The scallop is at least large, and the
It's large and in charge.
it is large and in charge is correct. And it's in my sweater. Okay. I'm like, why isn't it moving? The hoop screw is stuck in my sweater. So I am making my way around the outside, and then I'm going to go back in and get those notches after the fact. So it's probably going to be more like a 20-minute. What are we going to talk about? come up with anything yet?
No. I still keep thinking about. I'm laughing hysterically. So, we were talking about cards earlier,
Yes, we were.
and making a funny card and a funny Christmas card, and there's a card sitting over by my station where I sort of have my computer at when it's not over here, and Lisa's like, I think we should just cross off the names on this one and put or just sign our names to it. And I
Wouldn't that be funny?
yes,
I just think that would be hilarious.
Yeah, and I said it's perfect because we would be reusing. So
talk about going green.
Right, going green. Yeah, just recycle those cards.
All right, so there's the back.
They're
Here
so
we go.
pretty to only use once.
Right?
We could put a tag over top of it. Oh. Little square piece of paper that we write our names on and just tape over.
Cover that up.
What do you think about that, Hayden?
I think it's fantastic.
Hayden is loading the quilt machine right now. Are you going to quilt or are you just loading?
Yes. Quilt.
Yes. I'm like, he said yes to both.
I'm like, that wasn't an answer.
Yes is a valid answer.
Lisa's going to be covered in.
My sweater will no longer be peach. We'll have
teal accents.
teal accents.
I still can't believe that next week is Christmas. I know. It's just, I don't know. I've lost, it's like I lost the entire year. It just.
Well, I certainly lost the month because I don't know how it happened.
It's gone by so
I could have sworn it just, Thanksgiving was yesterday, wasn't it?
It feels like it. It certainly feels like it.
I started Christmas shopping in July.
Yeah.
And I'm still not done.
And you're not done. I need to check the mail here. There might be something in the mailbox.
I will. No, I won't.
You want to go check the mail?
Yeah.
You need a walk?
Yeah. Sure.
Uh-oh, what's the matter? That's code.
That's code.
That is code for I need to get out of here.
I need space for a minute. Yes.
I need me time.
Go time. It's time to check the mail. Did you like to check the mail when you were a kid?
I don't remember.
You don't
that.
remember? My grandma used to send me things in the mail, and you never really knew when it was going to come. It wasn't like just for my birthday. It would be like in random times. So I always wanted to go check the mail to see if there was going to be anything in there.
I don't remember checking the mail or wanting to check the mail. I can remember like going through the mail when it came, like around my birthday or whatever.
Yeah.
Kind of things, but
it's not the same anymore. So much stuff comes via email.
Facebook posts.
Right. Yeah.
All right. I'm just taking a little piece of tape and cleaning up around the edges just to make sure again that we're not going to have wispies sticking out of the satin stitches. I want it to look as clean as we can make it. Because of course it's for Sarah, so it's got to look good. If mine, I didn't bother, but just kidding. All right. So again, before we do this step, we want to make sure that we have that colored bobbin in. So if for whatever reason you didn't change it before now, make sure you have a matching bobbin in to whatever your top color is.
It will be very noticeable now.
It will definitely make a difference at this point. So as I said, this is like 15 minutes. So what else we got? So today is Friday. Tomorrow we have our second holiday celebration piece, and that's at 4 o'clock, 2 o'clock. The other one was at 4 o'clock.
I'm like, my hair appointment is at 4:30. It cannot be at
Can't be at 4
4.
o'clock.
I will make
Well,
it.
and you are definitely going to make it because we
Yes.
certainly we did really, really well.
Yes.
So that's what we have tomorrow. We don't have anything in the morning tomorrow.
No, and I don't think there are no more football games.
Nope.
So it will either be super busy or there will be no one here. That is
Way it goes. It's
That
all
is-
or nothing around this
yeah.
joint, man. So that is tomorrow, and then Monday you are off.
yes.
So no live. And then Tuesday we have our 9 a.m. Bella Box, and we're going to do the plant cozy.
Yes. It's
And
probably it might take a little
that
bit
one's
longer.
going to be a little bit more than an hour, just based on the parts and pieces that's going to be involved with. So that will be 9 a.m. next Tuesday, and then we'll do our last demo December during SnL at 3:30, and
We'll be doing the embroidery
we'll
part.
do the embroidery part. So we're actually going to stitch out the design itself and answer any questions that anyone poses during that. And that will be Tuesday. And then Wednesday at 9 o'clock, we have the poinsettia table topper or pillow, or however you want to use it, however you decide to use that piece.
What's that? Yeah, there's supposed to be a little package that's in there. I'm guessing there wasn't anything in there. So the things that I ordered for the gifts, I got a notification that they were delivered, and I didn't think anything of it. And then when I opened the package, it was not what I ordered, and it wasn't. It was so.
The things that we talked about.
Uh-huh.
Ah, okay.
And so then I had to order again, and she was really nice about it because she said that there were 2 Sarahs, and she obviously mixed our order
mixed
up.
them.
And she said she would ship it right out, and that was a week ago. So
Well.
right. What? I don't know if I trust you two over there.
I didn't say anything.
Uh-huh.
What do you got in your hand over there?
It's an embroidery. It's this.
It looked like a vape pen for a minute. I'm like, what is Tony doing over there? He's totally stressed out. Tony's going for a walk.
Where were we the other day? And somebody was talking about candy cigarettes and
I
how
remember those.
completely normal that was. Nobody thought anything of it,
Right.
and they were. And when you blew it, it actually blew smoke out the other side, like the puff of candy
Yeah.
powder. And I can't remember where I was at. Somebody was talking about it, and there was something else, and it was completely normal, and no one thought anything of it.
We had weird candy when we were
We did. We had
um,
some really weird stuff.
those wax bottles that had like the weird sugar in
The
it.
suck and you just were like
Yeah.
suck that stuff down. Then you
Yeah.
were like bouncing off the walls
Right.
because it was just like pure sugar.
Pixie sticks.
Pixie sticks. Yeah,
Yes.
those were good.
They were. That was. I mean,
Again, powdered sugar.
yeah. It was
Just bam.
just open. Just give kids
Just
sugar.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this pink, I actually don't hate.
Well, that's good. It's good that you're not like, hey, take that ugly box home.
Get that crap out of here. No. It's not. It's melon. It's a melony color.
It's very melon.
I'm all right with melony. Good thing. I don't know any melonies that I can think of, but
But you'd be okay with
but
it.
I'd be okay with her, I guess, if I knew her.
Poor pink.
Oh, I'm so hard on pink, aren't I?
Yeah.
I like pink. She's got some good music.
You just don't like her name.
Not particularly.
Yeah. So every time
Or her
you say
hair color.
every time you say I don't like pink, she'd probably get a complex.
She's probably really
I'm sure she's
concerned.
watching us.
Sorry. I like your tunes.
Yeah,
It could be like purple instead.
that would work.
That would totally work for me.
Oh, I ordered. I wanted a separate keyboard for this, like to put downstairs when I'm in there. And you know, they have those really cute like old
And here
mechanical
I am.
ones.
Here I am.
Purple.
And here I am, like, I might have to break down and buy a new computer
Yeah,
this Christmas.
I love it, but it's just a long stretch here. So like if I'm at home and I'm like doing a lot of typing or writing like the patterns and stuff,
You hit that.
I bump the touchpad a lot.
So you can turn that off.
I can absolutely turn it off, but for whatever reason, whenever I turn this off,
Something else doesn't
there
work
is
right.
something else that stops working, and I hit that button a lot, and I'm not really sure what it is. I'm sure it's some weird Windows key, and I don't think that I'm hitting. I don't know that I'm hitting it, so it's some sort of a shortcut, and I turn it right back on, and then I'm like,
Well,
right, and of course I think it's off, so I'm not paying any attention, and then it was on. So yes.
so do you have these at home?
I have them, but I remember when I mentioned to you that I've actually never
I was
actually
thinking of that. I was like, that can't be
I've
right.
never
You can't
used
tell
them.
me. I can't believe Claire does not use these.
I have all kinds of colors, but I've honestly just never used them. See,
That looks like you.
isn't that cute?
Yeah. Yes, with it.
No, it comes with a mouse too. But it's just so stinking cute. I had to order myself a keyboard for Christmas. There we go. I wanted a cute purple one.
I like the one that I have. It's just so heavy.
Yeah,
I wonder if that one's lighter.
I don't know. They have all kinds of different colors.
I like purple.
I know you're not into the purple.
I like purple.
the-
I just
this
don't
one
like
is
pink.
purple and pink, but they have like a purple and white one. There, of course, is pink. But yeah, all kinds of different ones.
Cool. Very cool.
It kind of reminds me of those little Valentine heart things that you get at Valentine's Day. Those little, they don't taste very good, but they're cute. That's what the keyboard reminded me of.
Conversation. Right?
Sue said classy keyboard, right? I know. I'm like a 2-year-old. Maybe a 12-year-old with my cutesy stuff.
That's all right.
I don't want to
You
be
don't
an adult.
Adulting sucks.
It does. I'm just gonna hang out in my room with my New Kids on the Block dolls and my Care Bears.
I have a Wonder Woman wall, so just like you have a doll in your
None of your
sewing room.
business.
I'm like, I have 2 dolls. One of them's just not on the wall yet. All
We
right.
were walking through Meijer the other day, and they have Care Bears out again, and they had a cheer bear there, and Dave was like, "Do I need to buy you this?" I'm like, "Maybe." It's so cute. Is it working? Is it too thick to get through the?
It's gotta get through all of that stuff.
Right.
I can feel it going. Just here.
Hi, Cheryl. It's cute. Do they do make like
They make shapes.
right, and they also make different like shapes.
The length.
The length, yes.
They do. They also, these are plastic.
Mm-hmm.
We'll show you guys in a second.
I think I have metal ones at home.
So I feel like mine, I think the one that I bought, you can use for metal or plastic.
Mm-hmm.
But the one that we have here is only plastic.
Yeah, mine at home has like the purple thing that you hit with a hammer to set it with. I can't remember. I bought it at the Sewing Expo one year, the girls that were in the sewing booth with me, you know, when one person buys something, everyone else decides that it's really cool and they have to have it in their arsenal. And then for like 4 years after that, since I already owned the tool, I would just buy different colors. It looks like it's starting to work. So Miss Cheryl, you said good morning, ladies. Where are you at? It's almost 3 in the afternoon for us.
Not that that actually matters. I mean,
No.
I say good morning when it's 3 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So you want to just go back over that?
I do. Just kind of skipped a couple stitches there, so oh, I came unthreaded. I wonder if that's why.
It works.
Now I gotta wrap it without seeing it.
That is the challenge, isn't it? It's a gentleman at the front counter. He says, "Now I have to wrap it without her seeing it."
Ah, Northern California.
Definitely a different time.
Yes.
I'm talking to myself. Only way you're talking to yourself. The only way you can guarantee
As we watch it intently.
That looks better.
There we go.
So I am playing with cam snaps over here. So
I like Law Farm Town, you know, as opposed to Small Farm Town. I think that'd be a cool place.
So I am playing with those cam snaps, which versus the buttons that were provided. And I know the lighting there stinks, and I'm sorry, I'm
You
blocking
want
the
to
light.
go over
Do
there,
that.
and I can.
So cam snaps, you basically have a bunch of pointy things, and then you have tops and bottoms, and you have to pay attention to what direction that they are going in. So the pointy thing is what goes through your fabric, and then you have basically the male and the female end of those pieces there. And I wanted to see how that would work for this rather than doing a whole button piece. So I just put one in there. So I've got the opposite ends there, and that snaps in place nice and simply there. So I think that worked out really nicely. So I'm going to continue my way around here. It did take a little bit of pushing to get that prong through, because we've got the velveteen, that foam that's in the middle there, plus the fabric. So there's a little bit of maneuvering to do, but it all works out once you get there. But I think that worked pretty nicely, big picture, and it's certainly less work than sewing on a button.
Yes.
And it also is nice and easy because I can store that flat whenever I want to take that apart.
Yeah.
Where if I have literally sewn it through with the button, I can't do that.
That's right.
So,
Yeah, unless you actually put a buttonhole and then a button.
which that would be a really, really that would be really challenging. So, like I said, the prongs on these, and this is what Sarah and I were discussing, is, you know, they do make different ones. You got to get the
Right style.
gotta get the pointy part there. If you have a stiletto or something, you could probably push a hole through first that might help a little bit.
Do you think the hole punch has a hole that's small enough, or would that be too big? You know, like the OSD one?
That's probably too big, unfortunately. Unfortunately, my nails, I took off, and so they're not very strong right now.
Yep.
And so I don't have any I don't have any umph there.
No extra tools.
No extra umph to give me anything to push on. So basically, once you have, these are cam snaps. That's with a K, K-A-M. And once you have that layered, you put it in a little clamp here. And then you squeeze. And your little post in the middle there squishes out, and that's what keeps those two pieces together. So that's literally piece of cake, just like that.
Just like that.
And then I'll have to set the opposite ones on the other sides there.
And just like that, we finished.
So there is
Ta-da!
one piece. So
Probably don't have to do the other one because you have it all.
I do have another one here. So
There's nothing else that's different about this, just the shape, right?
pretty much. So when you go to load the second one, it's going to look like this instead of like this. Really confusing, right?
Yes.
The steps are exactly the same. You're going to literally do everything the same way. The only thing that is going to be different, of course, is how you're going to piece that together once you have it done.
Mhm.
So I actually have already rinsed this one. This one I have not. I was literally trimming it as so you could see the little edge of stabilizer there. But we still have fold lines. And the tabs there are going to fold inside of your piece. So it's going to be a nice finished edge here with that satin stitch, and the tab will be inside the box, and that is where that's going to be. Now there's this stuff they call hand sewing. Do you know much about that?
No, it's a four-letter word. I know. It's one I don't use in
it's
my
one I
vocabulary.
don't- I'm not-
I find it offensive.
It is very, very offensive. I don't use it much either. But
We're just joking, just in case. We're not serious. We just don't.
we don't
enjoy
hand
the
sew.
hand sewing
That
part.
that is swearing in our books. And I think I am going to
That would sew just fine.
I think I'm going to put that underneath my foot and do my little tack down stitch
That's
with my
exactly-
button tack down and give that a go and see if that will
Yeah.
hold,
Exactly what I would
because I don't wanna.
do. Me either.
I don't wanna. So, but yeah, if you, you're going to want to work those folds so that it stays box shaped, and make sure that you have a box instead of a curved piece. You're going to want to get those nice and folded. I don't have
Yeah,
a better
absolutely.
terminology
No, I
than
think
that.
that's the right terminology.
But then those tabs will be on the inside, not on the outside, is what you're looking for. And once
you
you
want-
tack those,
Innies, not outies.
you want innies. Yep. And then your lid, which again, this lid is the same size for all of the boxes. The height of the box is what is going to be different dependent upon your hoop. So that is going to be that difference. And so that lid then just sits right over top of whichever
Yeah,
box
makes
that you have. And
total
it's just
sense.
this beautiful little piece.
It's adorable.
You can have your lining pop. You can have your lining be, subdued and
Matchy-matchy.
matching it so that it's not, you could put another little box inside of that. You could put candies inside of it. So many different options of what we have
Really cute.
available to us on these. And the other sizes, if you want to grab the, you can see that they increase. So we just did this little guy up top. So basically up to about 3 times the size.
And what's
I
the
think
largest
roughly
hoop?
the largest hoop size is 9 by 14. Does it say finished size? Finished size, height 3 inches. Yep, so 3 times. Hey, look at that.
Yeah.
Hey,
So smart.
some days. I don't know why. I mean, never mind. Never mind. So, yeah, we go basically from a 1-inch box up to a 3-inch box option of that. And
Cute.
the steps are going to be the same for all of them. They're super, they're very easy. You can push and walk away. The hardest thing is the trimming.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really nothing. Of course, like we said, you're going to need more than 1 bobbin. So when you go to walk away, if you have a second full bobbin for the second
Yeah, just
piece,
put it in and then you can
then
walk
you
away.
can walk away and you'd be fine. But if you're trying to finish off one, then you'll have to babysit a little bit or listen for it to stop stitching. Or if you have that cool app that tells you when your machine stopped sewing, then you can walk away and just know when it's ready to
Absolutely.
need some attention.
All
So
right.
that is the gift box stitch out, and that's what we have for you guys this week. So that is the Bella box this week. Again, we'll be here tomorrow afternoon at 2:00 again doing holiday celebration, which will be this guy
And the fun shaker card.
and this guy. So we'll be doing. There's something stuck to that. I'm like, that doesn't look right. That doesn't look right. And I'm like, whoa, that looked weird. So we'll be doing these tomorrow. Again, the files for these are free. We do still have kits available. So you can join us tomorrow afternoon at 2:00 if you'd like for that.
Absolutely.
And then we'll be back to Bella Boxing next
Tuesday.
week, Tuesday.
Yeah, it'll be Tuesday,
Tuesday
again.
again. Tuesday. We'll see you guys then. Take care. Bye.